Hello everyone and welcome. If this is your first time here, I'm a console ONI main with hundreds of games played as him. In this guide you will be able to know everything to master the ONI. This will include perk recommendations, add-on choices, playstyles on different map types, tips, advanced plays and techs. First, some important base stats. Entering Blood Fury takes 3 seconds. Blood Fury lasts 45 seconds base. Downing a survivor removes 7 seconds of your ability. Hitting a survivor gives 40 charges. You need 100 charges for an ability. 1 blood orb gives 2.5 charges. Survivors drop 2 blood orbs every 4 seconds. They drop 2 more for vaulting, dropping pallets, failing skill checks and locker interactions. Demon Dash takes 2 seconds to charge. You move at 195.5% movement speed in Demon Dash. Let's continue with the best perks for ONI. If you don't have any teachables you want to use, perks which play to ONI's strengths and support his weaknesses. The best non-teachable for ONI is Sloppy Butcher. It slows the game down and keeps survivors injured longer, which increases the amount of blood left. Other than that, you will want perks like Bitter Murmur for tracking and Deer Stalker to pick up your slugs. The fourth one is up to you, but get teachables as fast as possible. Let's get into ONI's best builds. His best build in my opinion is Corrupt Intervention, to get your ability and a hook before a generator pops. Infectious Fright for snowball in your ability. Monitor and Abuse to increase infectious range and make the first hit easier. And finally Barbecue and Chili for increased pressure. If you want you can swap in perks like Ruin, Undying or Bamboozle. Now let's look at add-ons. ONI has very good add-ons unlike most killers. For yellow add-ons I recommend Chipped Sci-Hi for a little extra duration. And Incline to reduce the downing penalty and get in and out of your ability faster. For green add-ons I recommend Wooden ONI Mask for some extra blood. They drop 1 extra orb for each action and drop orbs every 3.5 seconds. This add-on can make it so you only need 1 hit for your ability and a short chase. Canyons and Talisman for extra speed. This makes your Demon Dash 0.64 meters per second faster. Yamaoka Sashimono increases Blood Fury duration by 8 seconds. Scalp Top Knot, which is currently his best add-on. I say currently because it will be nerfed. Reduces Demon Dash charge times by 1 second or half. For purple add-ons I recommend all of them. Lion Fang adds 10 seconds duration. Splintered Hull makes survivors drop blood every 3 seconds and drop 2 more orbs for actions. Akitas Crutch increases Demon Dash movement speed by 1 meter per second. And Tear Soaked Tenagui, which reduces the downing penalty by 4 seconds from 7 down to 3. For add-on combos his strongest is Top Knot with Lion Fang. If you want to try and go for 4 man downs in one ability, use Lion Fang and Tear Soaked Tenagui. Something to note. For newer Ronis I wouldn't recommend Tear Soaked Tenagui. The green duration add-on will give you equivalent value if you get 2 downs in your ability. This add-on is solid, but outclassed a lot of the time. The only time it will be the best add-on is if you get 3 downs. Then it will save you 12 seconds. Now we know about his best add-ons and best perks. Time for some tips. Let's start with strafing. In Demon Dash your sensitivity is limited, but your sideways movement isn't. This means you can freely move from side to side. Do this to fake directions at loops and get around objects. Survivors always underestimate how fast you can turn and cut corners, so fake one way and come round the other. Now for flicking. During the lunge out of Demon Dash your sensitivity is not reduced. This allows you to flick around and hit survivors. This is however capped at 90 degrees. The higher your sensitivity is, the faster your flick will be. So maximum sensitivity is recommended, especially on console. The best way to play a loop as ONI is faking one direction with a dash and strafing to the other side. Now you can flick and hit the survivor. As ONI you need to know your limitations. Long wall windows cannot be played by ONI, so it's best to try and avoid them. On indoor maps your best bet is to keep getting one-man downs and playing similar to a hillbilly. A common play survivors do is crouching at corners as you dash around them. If a survivor does this to you, simply cancel your next dash, and if they crouched the corner you can just hit them normally. Sometimes it's best to get one quick down with your ability and hooking that survivor if you see a pool of blood. This allows you to instantly get your ability back and defend the hook with it. ONI is amazing at hook defense. He can leave a hook, down someone and get back in time to get the unhooker. You want to play ONI as an aggressive killer like Blight or Nurse. He isn't defensive like Trapper or Ghostface. ONI wins by putting pressure on the survivors. You do this by constantly downing and hooking them. ONI loses when survivors beat an ability without going down. You need to be confident in your ability to get survivors fast. Let's look at some advanced techs for ONI. A cool thing you can do with his ability is sliding on walls. By doing this, you can strafe you one side without going forward, allowing you to get to the other side of a wall as demonstrated here. You can also wait at a downed survivor who's under a pallet, then activate your ability to get the potential saving survivor. When trying to demon strike, it's best to activate it when you are further from the survivor and playing it like a hatchet. Let the survivor juke into it. A good thing to learn is taking wide dashes around loops and home in on a survivor at it. And finally, get good at tracking. You need to track survivors on Infectious Fright. They give bubbles, not auras. So you have to look for sketch marks and find them fast, or you'll never snowball. I hope you learned all you need to know to play the ONI. You know the perks and add-ons to run. And you know the basic and advanced tips to playing his ability. Go and practice, because it won't just come instantly. You have to learn and improve. Thanks for watching.